Phinisi. My name is Darren, I'm the cruise director on board and I'm from England. I'm very sorry about that, but my English is quite clear, so hopefully you can understand me. Other dive staff on the boat, we have 5 dive guides. BJ just coming up now is from Ireland, I apologise for that as well. So he speaks a sort of English, but it's quite hard to understand. Otherwise, but yes, just say what, talk in English, please. We have the young lady that was just in there, that is Sophie. Sophie is from France. So, I know we have a couple of French guests on the boat. We do have a French instructor, and you guys are going to be diving with her. There you go, I do think of these things. We also have 2 other instructors. Ping, who had the blue t-shirt on, you may have seen, is from Thailand. And Dewey, the shorter guy that's a bit fat, he's also from Thailand. There you go, I'm insulting everyone this morning. They both speak perfect English, so there's 5 of us for 16 divers, possibly 12 if the Taiwanese don't get in. We also have a Thai crew of 9. We have photographs of most of them here. I will formally introduce them to you tomorrow night at dinner, but today it's enough names to learn with us guys and each other. But basically we have a captain, engineer, head chef, second chef, head dinghy driver, second dinghy driver, housekeeping, salon and deck manager. So there's 14 of us to take care of 16 of you, so you should be okay for the trip. The Thai crew, some of them do speak English, some do not. So you might be asking them something, they'll be nodding and smiling, they've got no idea what you're talking about, they're just doing this. So if in doubt, ask one of the dive guides. I say, if you're not sure. The chef does speak very good English, and I know a couple of you, somebody was pescatarian, someone doesn't eat seafood, that kind of thing. If there are any other food needs, our second dive, we've moved the boat south. This is South Twin Plateau, not the Pinnacle as it suggests. It runs out as an extension where the boulders go, it just continues underwater. So the shallowest part here is round about 3 metres, and we've dropped a mooring board. So it's much easier than the last dive because you can already see it where it is. Here is about 300 metres already from the main island, which is up here. The water should be going in this direction, but I don't think the current is too strong. So if you can, try and head in a southerly direction. But if there is too much current, you just drift with it because it's a big dive site. Huge areas where we do 2 dives here. Very, very pretty down there, and it's mainly the very nice pink and purple soft coral. So very, very beautiful, and lots of sea fans as well. So marine life. There should be lots of batfish around, big schools of batfish often hanging around in the shallows here. Surgeon fish, we had a few of these at Black Rock yesterday. You often get the big schools of them, not so big, about this size, but normally just cruising around in the mid-water. There's a few big tunas around. I think one of the groups had a couple of big tunas on the first dive at the Pinnacle. There's a few of these big guys around, sometimes 5 or 6 of them together, but often on their own. Again, schooling barracudas are down there. Lots of these guys, the oriental sweet lips, these guys about so big. Lots of trumpet fish down there. We're back to a turtle place. You do get turtles here as well. Black Rock wasn't, this is a turtle place. Usual, lots of different species of morays, including the fimbriated with the yellow head. Lots of pufferfish down there. As always, blue-ringed angelfish, lots of anemones, clownfish. Cuttlefish, these guys are quite prominent here, keep an eye out for those guys. Octopus, don't think we've seen any octopus yet. They are certainly around here. The common reef or big red octopus. Frogfish. Frogfish are fairly rare and fairly special. If you can see this, that's his eyes, that's his mouth here. Last trip, Sophie found one at about 20 metres. It was on an old, dead Gorgonian sea fan. So they like fixed structures, so keep an eye out for them. They're certainly around. Again, you get some nice nudies here. You get the blotched fantail rays. And again, manta rays with 2 question marks. Yes, it is a manta place. It's a cleaning and feeding station. I'll show you where on the dive site. Hang on a second. Right, so right down at the tip here, it's about 25 metres, the island just sort of ends and then the rock drops off. Out here the current can sort of blow in all directions, but that's the bit that the mantas generally like. So if you can get down there, it's worth having a look. You occasionally get eagle rays cruising down there as well. Should be an easier dive than the last one. It was pretty good, the current on the last one, but it is quite deep. This one is much shallower. Most of this plateau is between 15 and 20 metres. It gradually gets deeper, but it's very, very beautiful down there. And I say lots of the very pretty soft corals and sea fans. It's a nice dive site. It's huge. We're going to do 2 dives here, so for the second dive, I don't need to tell you the same thing again. We'll just gear up and go. Right, guys, let's get ready. Let's go diving.
You remind me of Madonna.